What's up guys, today we're going to be showing you the best 5 decks for the mini collection tournament. The mini collection tournament is a tournament that gives players 40 cards to make a deck out of, and we are going to be giving you the best 5 decks for this tournament. So the first deck is the OP P.E.K.K.A double wizard deck with Royal Ghost, minions, of course the annoying wall breakers, and double spells being lightning and zap. P.E.K.K.A will be used to push or counter push with the support of both wizards. Royal Ghost is so annoying, he can be used for defense, plus may cause some chip damage on the Princess Tower. Minions will be a great needed defensive flying troop, since the mini collection tournament has very few defensive troops that fly. And the wall breakers, throw these fellas as much as you can, they are so OP and worth it, they only cost 2 elixir. Let's move on to the spells. Use Zap for the bats and skeleton army that may attack your P.E.K.K.A or other troops. Lightning is here for all the witches. The second they put the witch or wizard next to the Princess Tower, bam! Lightning both the witch and Princess Tower for some great value. Enough of this OP deck. Let's move to... The second deck has Inferno Tower, Valkyrie, Hog, Magic Archer, minions, wall breakers, skeletons and Og. So when they attack you, use the Valkyrie and Magic Archer to stop the push, and then support the Valkyrie with a Hog Rider to counter push, and you can put wall breakers on the opposite lane to confuse your opponents. Keep the minions for great defense. You can change the Inferno Tower with another building, like Bomb Tower or Tesla, or any other building, but I think Inferno Tower works the best since it can kill Golem, P.E.K.K.A, Royal Giant, Goblin Giant very fast. The only disadvantage with this deck is it only has one spell, the Log. If you want another spell, you can change the skeletons or wall breakers to get lightning or rocket or another big spell. But if you change the skeletons to another spell, you only have Valkyrie as the main defensive ground troop. You won't have any other. And if you change the wall breakers for another spell, you'll have one less win condition, and wall breakers are so efficient, they cost so little, so I would suggest you keep them. So we're done with the second deck, let's move to the third deck. We have the Goblin Giant, Knight, Mega Minion, and Minions, Skeleton Army, Earthquake Zap, and again wall breakers. Now in this deck, try to play defensive. So when they attack, you defend with a Knight plus minions or skeleton army. And if you defend with a Goblin Giant, support it with minions and throw the wall breakers in the other lane. Try to play defensive and try to keep throwing your wall breakers. They may be the difference between winning the game or not. When you do build a push with a Goblin Giant plus minions or Mega Minion, they may have another building to stop your Goblin Giant. Make sure to make use of the Earthquake spell, so that your Goblin Giant can directly rush to the Princess Tower and cause huge damage. Let's move on to the fourth deck, and we finally have the Witch. You can see we have Valkyrie, Mortar, Minions, Wallbreaker, Skeleton, Snowball, and a big spell, Lightning. The Witch is so OP, and I would suggest using the Mortar wisely, since if they have a Golem or Giant, use the Mortar defensively. But if you know they don't have some big troop, you can try to get some chip damage with the Mortar. Wall breakers, as usual, throw them whenever you can. The best strategy, and you could see with most of these decks, is play defensive, for example, the right lane, defend with the Valkyrie and Witch, and when the Valkyrie and Witch kill off the enemy troops and go for a counter push, throw the wall breakers on the opposite lane so that your opponent can't react to the counter push on the right lane and the push on the left lane with the wall breakers. Here we have lightning to kill all other witches so that your witch stays supreme. And you have the snowball for minions, bats, skeleton army, and other troops. Now we're done with this deck. Let's move to the fifth and last deck. We have the Royal Giant. We all know Bufforetti would not approve of this. Many people hate the Royal Giant, but we have him here with the Witch and wall breakers. This deck is by far the most annoying deck. The witch keeps popping out skeletons, the wall breakers cost so little, and the royal giant is so annoying. With this deck, I would advise almost the same thing. Play defensive with the witch, Valkyrie, and guards. If he throws in a Pekka or a Prince, the guards are very efficient at stopping them. After you play defensive, try to save 6 elixir and sending the royal giant in front of the witch and Valkyrie. And that will be a huge push. You may overwhelm your opponent and win the game just with that push. And if you want to bother your opponent even more, throw the wall breakers on the opposite lane and see what happens. In this deck you could see we have rocket and snowball. You can change the rocket to lightning or the snowball to zap. There is no one fits all. I kept the rocket because it deals a huge amount of damage. Yes, all decks have wall breakers as the win condition because they're so cheap and efficient. They do 700 damage, which is like 30% of a princess tower, and they only cost 2 elixir. And for those of you who have different mini collection tournament cards, I'll be uploading a second video called Top 5 Best Decks for Mini Collection Tournament Part 2. In that video you'll find completely different decks that may apply for your mini collection tournament cards. So thank you guys for watching. Smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.